it's been a while again. I don't really have an excuse, but well, last week I went to Bruges, Belgium, including Bruges, Antwerp, and Ghent, and I suggested if you ever get the chance to go because they are all so beautiful. Today I kind of wanted to talk about something a little different than what I usually talk about, and sort of one of the reasons why I haven't been filming in a while. It's gonna be a lot of talking, and something some people probably are just kind of gonna roll their eyes about, so I guess stay tuned if you want to, and if you don't, then don't. But one of the reasons that I haven't been filming in a while is because I'm in a bit of a low right now. I was diagnosed with depression when I was 16, so I mean, I feel like everybody and their mother has it nowadays, but it's a very real thing. I was once told that it's the power of positive thinking, but that person has changed their mind since, so why you would purposely want to feel like this, I have no idea. First I wanted to talk about something else, and then I'll get to that in a second. Firstly, post-traumatic stress disorder, or PTSD, it's defined as a mental health condition triggered by a terrifying event, either experiencing or witnessing it. Symptoms may include flashbacks, nightmares, and severe anxiety, as well as uncontrollable thoughts about the event. On December 26th of 2011, my mother, my father, and I got in a really bad car accident. I don't want to talk too much about it because sometimes when I do I get a little sorry if it's kind of loud, my fan is on, but so we got in a car accident. I wasn't driving, I was in the middle seat, but it was pretty terrifying. Yeah, I don't want to talk about it, but I got pretty injured. I did pass out before the initial collision, which I'm glad, because that probably was the scariest part. All three of us suffered some pretty bad injuries. Myself, I received 2 broken ribs, a cracked sternum, liver damage, whiplash. I still have a pain in my shoulder, a knot in my shoulder. We were lucky that none of us got, you know, deathly injured. My dad got the worst of it. He's still pretty injured from it. His foot broke and dislocated, but anyway, I don't want to talk too much about it. Sorry, I wrote some things down. As far as the post-traumatic stress disorder goes, I still don't like to drive. I can't drive at night. I don't like being in cars with other people, basically, especially if they're not driving as safe as they can drive. If somebody is texting while they're driving, I get really panicky and sometimes will need to leave the car. Being in Scotland, the roads are much narrower and the drivers are a little bit more nuts, which makes it even scarier. When I'm on the bus and people are coming in through intersections, they tend to come right out into the street, and it makes me nervous a little bit. When I think about the incident or talk about it too much, I get sort of antsy like I am right now. So yeah, it is a very real thing. Most people, well, not most people, but a lot of people think, when they think PTSD, they think soldiers, which absolutely I can imagine, but it happens through other things too. Sometimes I do have bad dreams about it and I wake up sweaty and scared. Yeah, so that can trigger other things. Because I was diagnosed with depression, it tends to exacerbate it a little bit, and I noticed, especially like shortly after it happened, or maybe a year, I can't really remember, I was getting really frustrated with my roommate, and I was just mean to her for no reason, so sorry about that. But moving along from there, depression. For some reason, as of late, I've fallen deep, well, I'm not deep into it, but it bothers me because the weather is gorgeous right now, and I shouldn't be like this, but all I ever want to do is sleep. I'm tired all the time. Even if I get a good night's sleep, like my sleeping is fine, but like for the past 4 days, for example, I've had no work. All I do is lie in bed, and I hate it, but it's all I want to do. I have very little energy. I have no motivation. There's so much for me to do here, and I don't want to do any of it. And I don't even want to go outside. I am on medication for it, and it does help me, but the problem with that is if I take it regularly, it makes me stupid. And maybe I should go on some new medication, I don't know, but maybe I should find the right balance of it. But if I take enough to make me feel well enough to go outside, then I get really like foggy, and yeah, I'm not really too big of a fan of that. So that's kind of why I haven't been vlogging for a while. I know people probably don't really care because I have like, what, 20 subscribers. So I just kind of wanted to touch base on that and sort of give my experience with it. I know I haven't talked too much about it. There's not really much else for me to say. I mean, it's not crippling to me. It was when I was younger, which sucked ass. So, you know what I do want to say, now that I think about it, is that if you are watching this and you do feel these feelings of alone or suicidal or self-harm or anything like that, tell your parents, tell your teacher, tell a doctor, tell somebody, because you're not the only one that feels this way, and as I know that it's a really, really shitty feeling. A really shitty feeling to feel this way. Medication can help, doesn't always. Therapy can help, it doesn't always, but talk to somebody, because it can bring you into a pretty terrible place. So yeah, that's all I have to say about that.